Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes for ourselves to clarify how this meditation can help for us to develop our inner wisdom. So when it comes to wisdom, it is recognizing ultimate truth and recognizing how things come to be as they are. So as you know, there are many meditation techniques that we practice to tranquilize the mind. But when it comes to the Vipassana level, we have to go with the four foundations. So out of this all, in day-to-day life, there are certain mental attitude that you have to develop, lifestyle that you have to develop. If you really look for this Vipassana level of practice, because 24/7 you can't keep practice the meditation just sitting. But when you do these other things in day-to-day life, when you face for your ordinary life, there are certain things that you have to develop in your mind to deal with that situations. So that way, that whatever the ordinary lifestyle or the situations, and you can merge with your spiritual practice. So today I'm going to give some details how you can maintain your mindset and how you can develop some kind of lifestyle related to your spiritual development or related to your mental practice. So the one is, always remember to be objective. To be objective means always you have to look into the goal, the final destination, the end line. So the end result. So that will help you to go through the situation rather than responding or the holding to that environment or the situation. Because in day-to-day life, with this little minor things, sometimes we forget our journey. So then being objective is that when you have a purpose that you know, you practice meditation, just as example, you know, in the evening you practice meditation. So maybe during the daytime, you have opportunity to spend a time with some other people and it is unnecessary. and you know it is worthless for you. So then you think, oh, I have to practice meditation also. If I go with this, maybe I can't do this, my meditation. So that way, you pass this moment, you go through that moment knowingly that you have to do the meditation. So like that, in day-to-day life, always remember these very minor things and come to you. Whatever the situations or the environment around you, rather than address to that and hold it to that, you can go through it knowingly your the final destination or the end result or the goal, to be objective. Another one is that maintain and understand the emotions, because sometimes in day-to-day life we are so emotionally high, or sometimes we are so emotionally low. So that both bring the unbalance to ourselves. So then you should know when it doesn't matter the emotions high or the low, you have to recognize it is emotion. It's the moment of energy reactions, and it will go away. So then rather than go with it, knowingly it's going to change, then you will pass that. Otherwise, sometimes, because when the emotions are high, whatever the actions we bring may be effect for your spiritual practice. Maybe when the emotions are low, whatever the actions you do, it can affect for your spiritual practice. Or not even the spiritual, in day-to-day life, you can use these things to apply for your ordinary life. But here, what I want to mention, especially when you practice meditation, remember, out of your sitting, this information will help you to nourish or the uplift or the empower, encourage your spiritual practice. Another one is that in any situation, always remember to see the good. So that doesn't mean we mesmerize with the positive thinking, but always there is something good around any situation. So try to find it, because that will help you to keep you out of the delusion, or sometimes especially the anger and frustration or the envy. So if you look that way in any situation, if you find the good, you're not going to be disappointed. So that's why, otherwise, because it doesn't matter whatever the good situation, if you find something bad, what will happen? It encourages the anger or the envy. So that's why always look into the whatever situation come, whatever up and down, see the good in it. So that is the next one. And the other one is that keep the calmness, that steady your nerves always inside, and don't lose your calmness. Things may go up and down, things will change, and it really maybe hurt us, it really bad for us, and it really make us disappointed. There are 100 reasons that you can bring yourself. You should go crazy. You should get mad. But still remember, no matter what, keep the calmness. Keep the calmness. That is where you're going to be the winner. End of the day, within your own inside. So keep the calmness. And the other one is that ignore the disturb. Maybe there are a lot of things around us. Disturb. And you know sometimes the situations come, it's going to disturb you. Ignore it. Go away from it. Don't go towards that. If you know it's going to disturb you, don't go towards it. It's kind of like the void, the situation. So that is the power of understanding, and that is a kind of like a power of self-discipline sometimes, because we know that situation sometimes we go into that knowingly that we're going to get disturbed. It take us to the trouble, difficulties, worry, disappointment. So then why we go that way? So then it is better. If you know, avoid it. It brings the ability for yourself to have the self-discipline. That another thing is, when the situations come, don't hold it personally, knowing, oh, it happened to me, it happened to me. That the place the things in perspective. So, and look with other situations, so the look with that other environment. And maybe when situation come to you, if you look other people's lives, and you may see, and other people go through the more hard time, more difficult time period than you. So that will help you to understand this. It's a very nature of life. This is not only for you. There's nothing just come only for you. So we are just part of this all. We just experience that what other people experience. So the place thinks in that perspective. So that's way you're not going to hold it to that. You will move through that. Another thing is that, you know, that the revert, this word that, you know, sometimes welding, you know, and you welding something to another thing, and we call, you know, the revert things. And sometimes you put something with another thing. So like that. So whatever situation you go through, and sometimes in your mind, when the mind start to, you know, imagine things, it can make you crazy. So then always remember to revert, welding the situations to the present moment. So that way you will get out of that craziness. Revert to the present moment, that whatever the situation. Don't allow just it to be in your mind. Don't just allow to be it in your imagination. Revert it to the present moment. Bring it to the moment. And don't afraid to analyze it. So that way, so you will see. There are a lot of things. It's just in our head. Another thing is, whatever the situation comes, and whatever the up and downs that happening in your life, there's always something in the moment you have to do as action. So recognize that and do it. And maybe the worst thing can happen to you, but still when it comes to the day, there are certain things that you have to do. As example, maybe your whole life collapsed and things went wrong and everything, you know, bad. But when you wake up lying down, and you can dream again and again, reflect on that, all the bad things happen to you. But when you wake up, it is your responsibility to take a necessary actions to get out of the bed. That is the very action you should take in that very moment. And you have to, you know, wash your face, brush your teeth, So that is a very action early in the morning you had. It doesn't matter, maybe, that's the last day you're going to face. No, that maybe that's the end of you. You know that. But when you wake up, get out of the bed. And if you have to do something in that very moment, just do it. Don't neglect that actions. If there is something, that maybe end of the day, you had the party and a lot of friends came and that everyone left, and you have to clean it. Just do it. Just clean it before you sleep. That is, in that very moment, you have to do it. Otherwise, you can sit on the couch and you can start to blame all your friends and whatever the mess that they create. That doesn't work. So then what you need to do, forget about that all. You are responsible to clean it. You do it. Because you are the one who's going to live there. Maybe other people make a mess. It's okay. It's nothing to do with now. Because you are the one who living there. And you have, when you wake up tomorrow, you have to face for the environment. You don't want to see that all the mess. So then you clean it. So you take the necessary, the actions, you focus to that. So then you don't neglect things in your life. So right now, as example, right now you have to practice meditation, you do that. Whatever you have to do later, then you do it later. But now you do whatever you have to do. So those are things mentally, physically, that you develop as an attitude in day-to-day life. So remember, it is just not sitting and practice meditation. Then if you are capable to develop these little things in day-to-day life, what will happen overall, your whole life is going to become more profitable and more productive and more creative. So you bring something out of you. And at the same time, you're not going to be stuck. You're not going to be kind of like stuck with things. You will move with the life. So to be objective, and always that when the situation comes, and focus to the goal, the end result. And when the emotions high or low, and don't go with the emotions, just know it will change. That, and always look the good side of whatever the situations, and hold it to that good, and that will avoid the anger or the envy, and that will help you to have the good mental environment, and steady your nerves, keep the calmness when the things go up and down. And remember that the calmness is bringing you the balance, and avoid the disturb. If you know something going to disturb you, don't go towards that, and avoid the disturb, and develop the place the things in perspective, and look around you and see. Don't take anything as personal, and you remember that things happen to people, and things happen to others, and maybe whatever happened to you also part of that. So another thing is the revert, to bring the welding any situations to the present, so that you keep combined, connect to the present moment, and that way you're not going to get lost in the dream world, dreamland. And other thing is that whatever happens in any situations, there are certain things you have to come to actions, and so as soon as possible reach to that action and do it. Don't neglect your actions. Don't neglect your performance. As an ordinary person, whatever that you have to do in that very moment, just get into the action. So those are the things bring that, take you out of all the obstacles that in day-to-day life, especially when you are in the meditation. So when we go to retreat means in that place that we create environment to empower this kind of mental attitude. So at home, so wherever that you live, you can create a kind of like a very retreat place, kind of like a ashram, kind of like a forest inside you, within this kind of mental attitude. So remember that and bring it to action and try to get the benefit out of it. So now we get into practice a little bit. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Suapatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times, please, and find the sensation. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. When it happens to the sensation, recognize it. Do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And also, by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata cha ammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya Dhammanudhamma Patipattiya Buddham Pujemi Dhammam Pujemi Sangham Pujemi Addaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadhi Maranam Ha Paribunjisami Idammi Punya Kammanga Savakaya Vam Hotu Sabba Dukkha Pamuncatu. Bless you.